All right, you're listening to Before You Exit's hit song, I Like That. It's from their EP. It came out earlier this year. Now, you guys are performing at Massey Hall tonight, but before you do, Toby, Connor, Riley join me in studio live this morning. Guys, thanks so much.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
it.
us.
High five. All
Right on. Going around.
In the back. Okay. All right. So getting down to it, you guys grew up in Orlando, Florida. Do you remember your first memories of starting to dabble in music?
Yeah, I would say for all of us, probably when we were younger, like, well, we've always kind of been like performing and whatnot. We started out doing like plays and stuff when we were younger. But I would say when we started out was probably like we would like dance around our living room and sing songs.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, we were what, like 5 probably?
We have videos of us and our dad
6.
just like, he's like picking us up, like spinning us around, we're all like singing.
Yeah, it's pretty, so we've kind of been like.
singing to the Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's probably like our first,
Disney.
very first memory of us like singing like in.
I mean, we couldn't have been more than like 6, 4, and 2, but like we were. That was kind of like the first, like kind of what got it all started and stuff.
And then we did like talent shows and stuff, and kind of evolved from there, you know.
So aside from Tarzan, what are your other musical influences?
Well, that was Phil Collins, his like soundtrack for it, and
right now I'd say probably like Bruno Mars, like we were just talking about. Maroon 5. Who else? Rascal Flatts.
Rascal Flatts.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. A lot of top 40 artists, you know.
And
some,
top
country
40 artists,
music.
but I mean, we don't really like we like all kinds of music.
Like, we
really.
like Hanson too, like all the harmonies and stuff.
Well, I just got to ask about that, because in the past few years, or in the past 10 years, you have the Jonas Brothers, you have One Direction, The Wanted. How do you carve out your identity as a band when the musical landscape is exactly like that?
I'd say really what makes us different is like we really improvise on harmonies and like and the fact that we're all brothers and we all switch off and stuff, you know. So
yeah, and a lot of bands you can put people together and stuff, but I don't think you can really get much closer than having brothers and being like, you know, related by blood and stuff. So it's like it's kind of like, I guess that would be our biggest thing. And you know, like harmonies, I feel like with a lot of different siblings and stuff is something that like I guess you just can't put together. You know,
you can't get like that kind of connection with some people that you just met on the street like a couple months ago or whatever, you know. So.
Exactly.
Well, what's cool about your band is the fact that you're family and you've been been on this journey together. What has been the most surprising thing for you guys so far?
I would say probably just doing what we love and like watching people like
all the
love it
fans.
too, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest for us is when like you see it go from where people are like tweeting you on Twitter and then they're actually showing up to the shows and it's like, oh, that's really awesome that you're here and supporting us, and our fans have been so amazing, you know.
Yeah, we have probably some of the best support, honestly, like because I mean our fans, especially like on Twitter and like whatnot, like they all put BYE in their usernames and stuff, and like people always tell us about you guys got some crazy fans. And we're like, we know, they're awesome.
It's really weird to see, like, if you haven't played somewhere in a long time, or if you've never played there before, like, there's still fans there. It's like, how do you guys even know of us?
And like, it's so crazy.
It's really cool, like from YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's the craziest fan experience you guys have had so far?
Oh man, I would probably say the Philippines.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably the Philippines too.
It was just like one time we walked to go somewhere, and there was like a bunch of fans there, and a lot of times if it gets like too crazy, the security will like grab you and like pull you through. And somebody wrapped their arms around me and I was like, okay, they're grabbing me, so I'm safe. And I turned around and it's this little girl. She's like, hi. I was like, oh, hi. And then
when you would walk through, they'd be like swatting people's hands and
we're like,
and, like
we're not. It's okay. We're good.
That's so cool. Have you guys had a fan experience? Because you were touring with Ollie Murs, who's really big as well. He won the X Factor. Have there been any musicians or artists that you've kind of been starstruck?
A little bit. I mean, like, of course, I mean, even the other day, we actually just met the Jonas Brothers, and so we were kind of like, you know, growing up and stuff, that was always somebody that, like, all of our friends would be like, we're going to the Jonas Brothers show and stuff. And so meeting them in person, we're like, hey, we get called you guys all the time. They're like, oh, what's up? Like, nice to meet you guys. And we got to talk to them for a long time, and it was really cool to just, like, finally meet them in person. So I guess, you know, it was cool to, it's really weird to just like meet people like that and stuff that we've grown up listening to or, you know, knowing about and whatnot.
Justin Bieber the other day too. Which
Yeah,
is cool.
a couple weeks ago we met Justin Bieber actually.
How was he?
He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
It was so funny. We actually had like a little dance off with him. Like he was walking through the hallway, and we didn't really plan on like talking to him or anything. But he came up to us, and he was kind of like messing around and stuff. And like all before we knew it, Riley and Justin
Starts
Bieber.
going like this. He's like, oh, feels good. Come on.
It was so funny.
So Justin Bieber dances like all of us behind the scenes.
Exactly, yeah.
Silly dance.
He's not actually like doing all his swag moves or whatever. He's going like this.
Nice,
Yeah.
right on. Before you guys exit, I want to, got it. For the fans and for myself, we want to get to know you a bit better. So you guys feel free to chime in whenever. Who is the messiest on tour?
I'm not the messiest.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're actually all not that
it's
not that
definitely our
bad.
guitar player, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chris leaves.
probably the
He
crew.
leaves all his stuff.
We'll just
all
throw
over.
them out because they're not
He
here.
yells at us for breaking his stuff, or like sitting on his stuff, but he leaves it on the couch or in like the back lounge.
We'll be walking through, and you'll see it. Like Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry. And he'll come running through and grab it.
And the pickiest eater, because when you're on tour, sometimes you probably don't have the luxury of
Toby,
choosing.
I would say, is probably the least pickiest eater. He
Yeah.
goes to McDonald's and
Probably
gets like a chicken sandwich and like, what do you get? Quarter pounder, and you
McChicken
put them
and a quarter
together.
pounder, and then you put them together.
I would say we can all be pretty
Yeah.
picky. That we're all pretty. It's pretty funny. Like we're all pretty much like chicken and cheese everywhere. Like whatever.
Nice.
Whether it's a quesadilla.
Yeah,
all the
really
food
simple.
groups before you
It's
exit.
pretty
Chicken and
simple,
cheese.
man.
Chicken,
That's it.
cheese.
Like quesadillas everywhere.
Basically,
I'll
yeah.
take a steak every now and then.
It's nice.
Nice. And finally, quickly, your earworm right now, musical earworm. What are you listening to? One second.
Rascal Flats. I already said that,
Rascal
but
Flatts.
they're like one
One
of my
has like
favorite bands.
125 songs. I think.
I was telling him that.
Love
We're big on a Rascal Flatts kick
Yeah.
right now. So.
Right on. Well, before you exit, guys, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you
this
so much
morning.
for
I
having us.
appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
We'll be right back after the break with the local look ahead here on the Morning Show.
Right out.